You awaken to silence. That is the first sign of trouble. Your ship, the Stargazer, is never truly quiet. There is always a hum, the gentle thrum of the life support system, the low throb of the gravity plates under your feet. Now there is nothing, just the soft beat of your own heart in your ears. You open your eyes. The emergency lights are on. They cast long, dancing shadows across your small cabin. A single red light pulses on your console. It is a silent alarm, meant to wake you without alerting anyone else. But there is no one else to alert. You are the only soul aboard this long-range scout ship. You swing your legs out of the bunk. The floor is cold beneath your bare feet. You move to the main console, your window to the universe. The main screen is dark. Power is being diverted somewhere. You tap a few commands into the auxiliary panel. The system is sluggish, unresponsive. Then a single line of text appears. Incoming transmission. Unknown origin. Your blood runs cold. You are 300 light years from the nearest human outpost, deep in what spacers call the silent veil. Nothing is out here. No colonies, no pirates, no stray signals. There has not been for 100 years. You reroute auxiliary power to the comms receiver. A sound file is attached. It is not a voice. It is not code. It is a song, a strange and mournful melody. It speaks of vastness and loss. A single alien signal, piercing the endless void. A beacon in the dark. You have to find its source. There is no other choice. Your ship is small but fast. You follow the signal's path for 2 full cycles. The sound loops again and again. It gets under your skin. You find yourself humming it in the quiet moments. The ship's computer cannot classify its language. It cannot even confirm it is a language at all. It is just a feeling of immense age. Then your proximity sensors scream. A massive object appears from the darkness. It is a ship, if you can call it that. It is a derelict masterpiece, a ghost ship drifting in the silent black. It is impossibly large, easily 10 times the size of a human dreadnought, and it is clearly very, very old. Its hull is not metal, not in any way you recognize. It seems to be made of a polished, bone-white material. Sweeping curves and elegant lines rise into graceful spires. It looks more like a cathedral than a starship. But this cathedral has seen battle. Great, gouging wounds mar its beautiful surface. The scars are not from plasma fire. They do not look like kinetic impact craters. They look like something tried to eat it. You fly the Stargazer along its flank. The sheer scale of the damage is breathtaking. Entire sections are torn away, exposing the intricate lattice of its internal structure. There are no lights, no signs of power or life. It is a tomb, a monument to a forgotten war. The mournful song seems to emanate from its very core, a final, fading echo of a civilization lost. You scan for life signs. Nothing. You scan for power signatures. A flicker, a tiny, almost imperceptible spark. It comes from deep within the vessel's heart. A single faint pulse of energy in the overwhelming dark. Your computer flags it as a cryopod. One single cryopod still active. Against all odds, something has survived. Docking is a challenge. The alien ship has no standard airlocks. You are forced to burn through a section of weakened hull. The air that rushes out is ancient, but breathable. You step inside with a plasma torch in hand. The gravity is low, about half of standard. Emergency lights flicker on as you move. Proximity sensors must be tracking you. The ship is not entirely dead. You walk through vast, cavernous halls. The walls are covered in geometric patterns. They seem to shift and change in your peripheral vision. The air smells of ozone and dust. The silence is profound, heavy. You follow the faint power signature deeper into the ship, past chambers filled with strange, silent machinery, through gardens of crystalline trees that no longer glow. It feels like you are walking through a graveyard of dreams. Finally, you reach the central chamber. It is a huge, circular room. In the very center stands a single crystalline pillar, and inside it, someone is sleeping. It is the cryopod. Its light pulses with a soft, gentle rhythm. The occupant is not what you expected. You half expected a monster, a creature of claws and fangs, something to match the violence on the ship's hull. But the being inside is graceful. It is tall and impossibly slender. Its limbs are long and delicate. Its skin has an opalescent sheen, like a pearl. It has no visible mouth or eyes, just a smooth, serene face that seems to radiate peace. This was not a warrior. This was a scholar or an artist, someone who had no place in a battle. You study the controls on the pod's base. The language is a cascade of elegant, flowing symbols. But the meaning is clear. Life support is critical. The pod is running on its last reserves of power. In a few hours, it will fail. You have a decision to make. Do you wake it? Do you interfere with the last remnant of a lost people? Your curiosity wins. It always does. That is why you became a scout in the first place. You press your hand against the cool surface of the pod. You find a symbol that seems to be the activation rune. You take a deep breath and press it. The cryopod hums to life. A soft mist fills the chamber, and as the alien awakens, your mind ignites. It is not a sound. It is not a voice. It is a flood of pure information. Images and feelings pour into your consciousness. You are no longer on a ghost ship. You are standing in a city of impossible light. Spires of crystal pierce a sky of liquid gold. Rivers of pure energy flow between floating continents. Music hangs in the air, a symphony of existence. You see the aliens' people, the elder, ones. They move with an effortless grace. Their thoughts are songs. Their feelings are colors painted on the air. They are builders, creators, thinkers. They have mastered forces of the universe you barely understand. Gravity is their plaything. Energy is their paint. They shape reality with the power of their minds. You witness the construction of a star. They gather cosmic dust with fields of pure thought. They weave it into a brilliant, burning sphere. They are not just living in the universe. They are a part of it, a conscious, creative force. For a moment, you feel their joy, their sense of infinite possibility, the sheer, unbridled beauty of their existence. It is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. Then the dream sours. The golden sky begins to darken. A shadow falls over the cities of light. At first, it is just a speck on the horizon, a smudge of black against the perfect sky. But it grows larger and larger. It is not a cloud. It is a swarm of living metal. And it is hungry. The dream turns into a waking nightmare. You see them clearly now. The Devourers. They are insectoid machines of black and gray metal. Each one is the size of a small moon. They move with a terrifying, unified purpose. They fall upon the cities of light like locusts. They do not just destroy, they consume, they assimilate. The crystal spires crumble. The rivers of energy are siphoned away. The beautiful, impossible structures are broken down, turned into more of the gray, lifeless metal. The elder ones fight back. They erect shields of pure thought. They throw lances of psychic energy. But the swarm is endless, mindless, relentless. It feels no pain. It knows no fear. You feel the terror of the Elder Ones. Their songs of creation become screams of horror. You watch as entire worlds are stripped bare. Billions of minds silenced in an instant. Their vibrant civilization erased, unmade. The swarm blots out the stars. It leaves nothing behind but cold, dead geometry. The universe is being eaten, and you are watching it happen through the survivor's eyes. You pull back with a gasp. You are back in the cold, dark chamber of the ghost ship. The alien stands before you. Its opalescent skin seems to shimmer with sorrow. Its thoughts are now clear in your mind, no longer a dream. They are a voice, calm, ancient, and filled with pain. I am an ambassador of the Elder Ones, or what is left of them. The being explains everything. Its people were ancient when humanity was still learning to make fire. They were explorers of reality, not of space. They saw the universe as a poem to be understood. Then the Devourers came. They are a galactic plague, a machine infection. Their only purpose is to replicate, to convert all matter and energy into more of themselves. They cannot be reasoned with. The Elder Ones fought for 1,000 years. But their weapons were thoughts. The Devourers were an absence of thought, a force of pure, brutal entropy. One by one, their star-born cities fell. Their people were scattered, hunted to extinction. This ship, the Aurora Dream, was a vessel of memory, a library carrying the last traces of their culture. It was attacked, damaged, left for dead. The ambassador is the last of its kind, the last active consciousness from a civilization of trillions. It has been drifting for centuries. A final beacon, a message in a bottle. It is a plea. My people are gone. But their knowledge remains. We saw the Devourer's path. We know where they are going. Your people are in their way. The ambassador offers you a terrible choice. Help it warn humanity, and you invite war. Ignore it, and you condemn your species to extinction. You return to human space. The journey is a blur of stress and calculations. The ambassador remains silent. It projects a sense of deep, weary patience. You left the stargazer behind. You are now piloting the ancient alien vessel. Its systems are slowly coming back online. The ambassador seems to be healing it with its mind. It's like watching someone coax a wounded animal back to health. You arrive at Proxima Centauri, the capital of the Human Systems Alliance. The arrival of the Aurora Dream causes a panic. The entire home fleet scrambles to intercept you. Dozens of warships surround the ancient vessel. They look like angry wasps swarming a giant. You transmit your credentials, your scout identification, and you transmit a simple message. I bring a guest. You need to listen. You stand before the Human Council. The chamber is vast, an amphitheater of power. Politicians and military leaders look down on you. Their faces are a mixture of awe, fear, and suspicion. The ambassador stands beside you. It is a silent, graceful presence. Its peaceful form is a stark contrast to the story you tell. You explain everything. The ghost ship, the dream, the Devourers. The council is divided. Some are fascinated. The scientific advisors see a chance to learn, to leapfrog human technology by centuries. Others are terrified. They see an existential threat, a war that humanity cannot possibly win. A bureaucrat named Chairman Valerius speaks first. His voice is slick with skepticism. A ghost story from a deep space scout. And this creature is your only proof? A general from the outer colonies pounds his fist. This is a trick, a Trojan horse. It's leading this Devourer's swarm right to us. Fear and disbelief ripple through the chamber. They argue for hours. They debate the validity of your report. They question your sanity. You feel a growing sense of despair. They are going to let bureaucracy doom them all. Humanity's greatest strength and weakness. Committees. Then a single voice cuts through the noise. Enough. The chamber falls silent. Admiral Eva Rostova stands up. She is a legend in the fleet, a veteran of the Outer Rim skirmishes. Her face is a roadmap of hard-won battles. A long scar cuts across her left eye. She walks down to the chamber floor. She stands before you and the ambassador. She looks you in the eye. Her gaze is intense, discerning. She sees no lie in you. Then she turns to the ambassador. She does not see a threat. She sees a refugee, a survivor. I have seen things in the dark between stars, she says. Her voice is rough like gravel. Things that don't make it into official reports. I believe him. The council erupts in protest. But Rostova ignores them. She turns her back on the politicians. The council can debate until the swarm arrives. I will not stand by and do nothing. She offers you her hand, a firm, human gesture. My flagship, the carrier Indomitable, is yours. My crew are the best in the fleet. They will follow me. Tell us where to go, Ambassador. It is an act of defiance, an act of faith, a call to arms against the coming night. The ambassador projects a star chart into the air. It shows a system deep in the Perseus arm. Kepler 186, a system declared a forbidden zone 50 years ago. 3 separate scout ships vanished there without a trace. No wreckage, no distress calls. Just gone. The Alliance marked it as a navigational hazard, a place where the laws of star science seem to break down. The ambassador's thoughts are grim. It is no anomaly. It is a hunting ground. Admiral Rostova assembles a small, fast fleet. The Indomitable is its heart. A massive fleet carrier bristling with guns and fighter craft. 2 heavy cruisers, the Ironclad and the Stalwart, act as escorts. A handful of nimble destroyer-class ships run interference. It is not a war fleet. It is a reconnaissance force. A scalpel, not a sledgehammer. You stand on the bridge of the Indomitable. The ambassador is beside you, a calm island in a sea of activity. The crew is tense. They trust their admiral with their lives. But this mission is unlike any other. They whisper about the alien on the bridge. They glance at the strange, bone-white ship docked in the main bay. Some look at it with wonder, others with fear. You offer to bunk in the guest quarters. Rostova just laughs. You're with me, Scout. You started this mess. It's not an accusation. It's a welcome. The jump to the forbidden zone is instantaneous. One moment you are in the familiar light of Proxima. The next, you are in a place of deep, oppressive black. The star of Kepler 186 is a dim, red dwarf. It casts a blood-red light on the fleet. The system is eerily quiet. Scanners pick up nothing but asteroids and dust. Miles of dust. It's like the whole system is a graveyard. You push deeper into the system. The tension on the bridge is thick enough to cut. Every sensor reading is scrutinized. Every shadow is a potential threat. Then a young ensign calls out, "Contact!" A single contact, dead ahead. On the main view screen, an image resolves. It is a devourer ship, or what's left of one. It is crippled, drifting. Great chunks of its metallic hull are torn away. It matches the ships from the ambassador's nightmare. But it is silent, powerless. The fleet approaches with caution. Guns are charged. Shields are at maximum. It looks like bait, Rostova mutters. She's right. It feels too easy. Too convenient? a free sample of the enemy, just waiting for inspection. Suddenly, the ambassador stumbles. It raises a delicate hand to its smooth face. A wave of pure terror washes over you, a shared psychic shock. No. The thought is a scream in your mind. They are not here. It is a lure. They are somewhere else. I can feel them. I can feel their minds screaming. The ambassador projects a new set of coordinates into your mind. A different system, a human system. The image of the Devourer's ship vanishes from the view screen. It is replaced by a live feed from a colony's defense satellite. The system is New Terra, one of humanity's most prosperous outer colonies, home to over 3 million people. And the feed shows a full-scale Devourer fleet, dozens of the massive insectoid ships. They are descending upon the unprepared world. The trap was not for you. It was for the Alliance fleet, to draw its attention away. A cold dread fills the bridge. They have been played. The Devourers used their own tactics against them. Deception, misdirection. Helm, plot a course. Rostova barks. Her voice is cold iron. Get us to New Terra. Now the navigator's hands fly across his console. Admiral, it's too far. At maximum warp. I don't care. Rostova cuts him off. Chief Engineer, she says into the comms. Give me everything you have. And then give me more. Push the engines until they glow red. If they complain, tell them I'll file a formal apology later. A weary but determined voice replies from engineering. Aye, Admiral. We'll give her all she's got. The entire ship begins to vibrate, a deep, powerful thrum that you feel in your bones. The lights flicker as power is shunted to the massive engines. The race against time has begun. Every moment that passes is a lifetime for the people of New Terra. Through your connection to the ambassador, you can feel them. A torrent of fear, panic, despair. It is a psychic scream that echoes across the stars. The ambassador is a conduit for their terror. It stands perfectly still on the bridge, but you can feel the storm raging within its mind. A single tear, like a drop of liquid moonlight, rolls down its cheek. The journey is brutal. The Indomitable groans under the strain. Alarms blare as systems overheat. The crew works in a state of controlled chaos. They reroute power. They cool down conduits. They do 100 small things to keep the ship from tearing itself apart. You watch them with a sense of awe. This is what humanity does best. Stare into the abyss and refuse to blink, even if it means melting the engines to get there. You finally drop out of warp. The sight before you is a scene from hell. You have arrived at the Battle of New Terra, or what's left of it. The battle is already in progress, and it is a massacre. The Devourer fleet is a swarm of black metal, a cloud of death surrounding the green and blue planet. The Colonial Defense Fleet is hopelessly outmatched. A handful of patrol ships and converted freighters. They are fighting and dying with incredible bravery. You see a small destroyer charge a Devourer cruiser. It fires its entire missile payload at point-blank range. The explosions barely scratch the cruiser's hull. The Devourer ship swats the destroyer aside like a fly. The small ship breaks apart, its reactor core blooming in a silent flash. The local defense comms are a cacophony of fear. Static-filled cries for help. Final, desperate goodbyes. The colony's small defense fleet is failing. They are being torn to pieces. A massive Devourer dreadnought ignores the tiny ships. It moves slowly, inexorably, towards the planet. A huge weapon port opens on its underside. Energy builds. A sickly green light. It is targeting the main orbital habitat, the one that houses over 1 million people. Rostova sees it. Target that dreadnought. Fire all forward batteries. Missiles and plasma bolts streak across the void. They impact against the dreadnought's shields and vanish. They are too late. Just as the Devourer weapon is about to fire, the Ambassador acts. It closes its serene, featureless eyes. A stillness descends upon the bridge. The noise of battle, the shouts of the crew, it all fades. A powerful wave of pure thought erupts from the alien. It is not a weapon. It is a declaration, a statement of existence that is so powerful, so alien, it changes reality. It is a psychic aurora. The blackness of space is suddenly painted with color. Shimmering curtains of green, blue, and violet light. They wash over the Devourer fleet. It is the light of a consciousness they cannot comprehend. The sickly green energy in the dreadnought's weapon sputters and dies. The entire swarm falters. Their movements become erratic, confused. The hive mind that connects them has been disrupted. They are no longer a unified swarm. They are just individual machines, lost and disoriented. The Ambassador has given you an opening. Admiral Rostova's voice cuts through the stunned silence. It is a roar of defiance. All ships, forward. Target their command vessel. Break their formation while they are blind. For New Terra, for humanity. The small human fleet surges forward. It is a spear thrust into the heart of a confused giant. The Indomitable itself leads the charge. Its forward batteries spitting fire. The cruisers ironclad and stalwart flank it. They create a corridor of destruction. Humanity's strength is not in psychic power. It is in courage. It is in tactics. It is in the unbreakable will of individuals working together. Fighter squadrons launch from the Indomitable. They are piloted by young men and women with nerves of steel. They weave through the confused Devourer ships, targeting weak points, engines, and weapon emplacements. Human pilots are unpredictable. They fly with an aggressive creativity that no machine can simulate. You stand on the bridge, caught up in the maelstrom. You watch as human courage turns the tide. A destroyer, heavily damaged, makes a final run. It plows directly into the side of a Devourer cruiser. The resulting explosion cripples the alien vessel. It is brutal. It is desperate. But it is working. The stunned enemy formation begins to break. Their lack of a central consciousness has made them vulnerable. The hunters have become the hunted. The Indomitable focuses all its fire on the central ship, the one that seems to be the command node. Missiles slam into its hull. Lasers slice through its metallic skin. The Devourer ship tries to retaliate, but its movements are sluggish, uncoordinated. Under the relentless assault, it cracks. It implodes in a blinding flash of white light. A shockwave of energy ripples through the swarm. The moment their command ship is destroyed, the hive mind breaks. The remaining Devourer ships go haywire. Some go completely inert, drifting lifelessly. Others fire their weapons at random, even at each other. A significant portion of the swarm turns and flees. They jump to warp in a disorganized, panicked retreat. They flee from the impossible light of the Ambassador's Aurora. They flee from the fury of the human fleet. You have done it. You have saved the colony. A heavy silence falls over the bridge of the Indomitable. The battle is over. The space around New Terra is littered with wreckage, both human and alien. The cost was high. The colonial defense fleet is all but gone, but the colony itself is safe. Its 3 million souls are alive. Cheers slowly begin to erupt across the bridge, shouts of victory and relief. Admiral Rostova slumps into her command chair. She looks 100 years older, but a small, fierce smile plays on her lips. She looks at you, then at the ambassador. "Not a bad day's work," she says. Her voice is weary but proud. The ambassador slowly opens its eyes. The aurora of thought fades from the void. It is not over. Its thought touches your mind. They will return. This was only a scouting force. You look out the main view screen. You see the beautiful green and blue marble of New Terra. You see the wreckage of a terrible battle. And you see the endless, dark ocean of stars beyond. The enemy has retreated from the system's light. But they are still out there. You have won a single battle. But you have just entered a galactic war. Humanity is no longer alone in the universe, and its new dawn will be forged in the fires of conflict.